I'm Noah Kagan, the founder of AppSumo.com, and in 2019, I made over $1 million cash. I'm not making this video to brag. I want to show you, so if you're interested in living a similar lifestyle, what it takes to get there. And I'm going to show you how you can do that for yourself. So can you break down all of your income sources? Yes, I can. Let me show you the pie chart. Pie. First off is my base salary at AppSumo.com. I am a W-2 person there. I make $175,000 a year, which is ballparks to being around $14,500 a month. When I started AppSumo 10 years ago, my base salary was $0. All the money that I was making for the first probably 7 years of the business went exactly into the business. And a lot of the profit we have now goes to the people that I do work with. The second thing I do that's one of my highest generating for my net worth and my income is my end of the year AppSumo bonus. So that number in 2017 was $800,000 cash. That number ends up working to be $66,000 a month. I don't feel comfortable sharing today's numbers out of respect for all the teammates that I work with who do get bonuses just as well, but this is a ballpark around $66,000 a month that I make. The thing that's really important there about my income is that most of that money in AppSumo, I want to invest it so that the company could be bigger in the future. Hey, make sure you stay to the part where I tell you the 8 key things about how you can become a millionaire. Number 3 is real estate income. So I have 5 properties. There are 3 offices, 1 Airbnb, and 1 is my primary residence. The offices are offices that we were actually using for ourselves, and now we have coworkers and we use them a little bit together. The revenue that's total top line is $10,000 a month, or $120,000 a year, which sounds great until you realize that it's about $6,000 a month plus in expenses, mortgages, electricity, all that kind of jazz. So it ends up making $4,000 a month, which is great. The Airbnb I bought, that was actually really interesting. I put $60,000 down to get it, and I was making $10,000 a year from it. So that's a 16% return, which is awesome. Give or take $800 a month. So that was amazing until hit, and basically everyone stopped coming to my place. And so now I'm renting it out for about $2,000 a month, which is near break even. So I'm making a big fatty 0 on that place. My primary residence, I don't rent it out. I don't make any money from it yet. Next up in my category is stocks, money market, index funds. This is around $5,000 a month that I'm getting, which is a significant amount. That's coming from money market returns, that's coming from dividends and so forth. I don't actively spend a lot of time on that, but that's what it ends up generating for me. Next up is this YouTube channel. What up, YouTube? Or if you're millennial, hello, YouTube. And so my YouTube channel is now generating $1,500 a month, and that money goes to the team that helps make these videos, not actually to me. So I guess I should take this number out, but it makes $1,500 a month, and somehow people always love to see and know that number. This channel actually, $1,500 makes a lot relative to how many views we get. I think because the either spammy advertisers or good advertisers are spending a lot to talk to you people just like I am. Next up is angel investments. So I've done 3 angel investments. And I don't get any monthly income from it, but I wanted to show it to you because I actually have recently, with Teachable getting acquired, made some money, but that's like 6 years later. So that ends up being about a few $100s a month if you amortize it over the period of time. Next up is Amazon affiliate. So if you go to okdork.com, I have books on there, I have the cameras, I have home appliances, and that does somewhere in the range, it depends on the month, it depends on what the payouts are, from $50 to $500 a month. Through Amazon affiliate. Next up is Kindle sales. So I have 2 books. One is like, what do the rich people do that they don't tell us, which I'll tell you. And the other one is what I learned getting fired by Facebook. Those will vary as well, but it's a few $100 a month, nothing crazy from that. Well, it's not, it could be crazy for you, I don't know. But that's where it comes from that. And lastly is freecalls2.com. It is a spammy looking site that I built about 15 years ago that still somehow makes, I think, $50 a month with some ads to voice over IP people. So the overall of that is at least $83,000 a month that I'm making from it. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Why, you might ask? Great question, good sir. So we are gonna start experimenting, putting out content like monthly1k.com for free for some of our subscribers. And the only way you're gonna know about it is if you're actually subscribed with the bell on, because we're gonna turn it off after 3 or 4 hours. I don't want you to miss out on that and other experiments, so make sure you hit subscribe and notification bell. One thing that you may have noticed from the numbers that I shared with you is that it really was the 90-10 rule, not even 80-20. 90% of my income and my net worth comes from one thing. Think about that with your own experiences. Like maybe you're the one diversifying, but a lot of the people who've become the wealthiest have done it on real estate, have done it creating a Facebook, or building an AppSumo.com. So how did my income look since college? So that's probably a question that you might be thinking, especially if you're in your 20s or maybe in your 30s, or guess what? There's people that watch this that are in their 60s are like, yo, it's never too late. I got a job at Intel out of college. I believe my base salary was around $50,000. Then I got up to 55. I got promoted when I went to Facebook.com. I moved to $65,000, which was amazing. Then I got fired by Facebook, so it went down to 0. And then I was basically consulting, not really making a ton of money after that. I got a job at mint.com, go Mint. They ended up selling for $200 million, which I didn't get any. I got my salary basically up to about $100,000 there, which was amazing. My dream in life was to run my own company, probably like a lot of you guys out there, to have a side hustle or a full hustle. So from Mint, I started building Facebook games. My salary there was $40,000 the first year because the games actually started doing really well. And then I got it up to $75,000. And then I think in the third or fourth year, it was around $120,000. So again, for many, many years, I haven't really made tremendous amounts of money or the big upside that I think a lot of people want to happen overnight. So what's interesting though, is that after I did all these games and after that's about 7-8 years, I finally was like, hey, what do I really like doing? And what I've always liked doing is marketing, promoting, and a good deal. And so I started AppSumo.com. In the first years of AppSumo, I'll just walk you through a high level of how that salary evolved, which started in around 2010. First year, I didn't get anything. I had a consulting gig with a dating website, speeddate.com. Thanks guys. They paid me so I didn't have to worry about a salary. So first year I made almost zero. Then it went up to 42. Then it went up to 75. And then it went up to 100. And I stuck around $100,000 to $150,000 in my salary total until around year 7. So until around 2017, which is the number I told you got my bonus. And so why I did that was that every year at the end of the year, I wanted all the money that was profit within the company. Throughout the year, I was like, how do I put it back into the company now instead of taking it out for myself? One, there's tax advantages. And two, I just think it's so much more interesting to have that delayed gratification. And even more importantly, a bigger company helping more customers in the years to come. And then that leads to 2017 to 2020, where we're at today and beyond, where base salary is still 175, probably could increase it. And then I do take a profit distribution that is in the 7 figures of total income every single year. This is the most important part. Here's 8 key things about how you can make your million. So number 1, low cost of living. Let me just give you an example. Even though now I'm worth over $10 million, I live in an 800 square foot house with a very low mortgage. Secondly, I have a Miata, I have a scooter, I have a lot of the same clothes that I wear since high school, or I don't have any new clothes. But if you have a cost of living that is low, you can work on things that you really, really care about. And you also don't have to pressure yourself to be generating a lot of money. And guess what? That's actually how you're gonna end up making a lot of money. So number 2, the 10-year rule. This is so important. It took me at least 10 years to generate that $1 million in income for myself. So there's a few key things from that. 1, realize it's gonna take some time for you to get rich or get success in whatever category you're working on. Secondly, find something you're excited to work on for 10 years. And third, start right now. Not this person, you. Yes, start it today. Number 3, there is no limit to the upside of a business. If you start a side hustle, if you start a business, if you want to be a full-time entrepreneur, there is no limit to the amount of money that you can be making from it. When you have a job, there is generally a limit to that amount, unless there is a profit share, which we do at our company. So in your side hustle, realize, wow, there's no limit to how much, if I want to put in more work, if I want to help more customers, I can really turn up that dial and make as much money as I want. Number 4 is leverage. There are only 2 ways to become a millionaire and scale any single business out there. Number 1 is technology, and number 2 is people. And so what I want you to think about is, how are you leveraging your time, and how are you leveraging hiring people or paying for tools, maybe on AppSumo or other software, so that you can scale your business, so that you can scale your time and generate more wealth for yourself. You need to hire people to do the work for you so that you can move up to higher value activities. 5, find the things you enjoy to make money. I don't really enjoy stocks. I like looking at them. I'm hoping they're going up, but guess what? I'm not the best at that. So I've hired someone else who is to focus on doing that for me. Real estate, I told you I made $10,000 a year in profit doing that. We do that a day in AppSumo, which is unbelievable to me. But the point I'm trying to make is really think about the ROI for your time. So maybe you're doing this one thing and it's not very profitable. If you have goals and things you want to accomplish and it's not the best thing to do it, really take a step back and evaluate that for yourself. I've been doing internet stuff for 20 years, which means either A, I'm archaic, or B, I could be pretty damn amazing at this. Number 6, my millionaire strategy is to double down. So if you notice from my 90-10 of income, 90% of it comes from AppSumo. So where do you think I spend the majority of my time? Where does he go? AppSumo, come on. It is at AppSumo. It is at the most important thing. So what can you double down on? Is it real estate? Is it software? Is it consulting? Is it making clothing? Is it making food? Whatever the hell it is, find it for yourself. Number 7, solve your own problem first. I talked to you about this with the 10-year rule. So many people are starting businesses. They're like, oh, I watched this video of this guy who's now insta-rich from a blog post, and I'm gonna copy what he's doing. I'm gonna do a drop ship. I'm gonna do affiliate. I'm like, oy vey, people, please don't. Just solve something you're excited to work on for the next 10 years. And guess what? Even if no one else buys it, at least you'll be happier that your own problem was solved. And lastly, surround yourself with 2 types of people. Number 1, rich motherfuckers. Rich people have money. If I was thinking about it today, if I had no money whatsoever and I was like, Noah, my income is at 0, I would go to anyone I know in my network that has an income greater than 0 and try to figure out what I can do for them, because I have a relationship with them, to get money from them. Yeah, that's exactly what business is. Find the people with money, give them something where they want to give you that money, and that's how you have profit. The second part of people is do whatever it takes to be around impressive people. I've been able to be around Chad, Eamon, Ilona, Tim Ferriss, Ramit Sethi, Tucker Max, Charlie Ho, and I can go on and on. That is the reason I'm a millionaire. So if you've liked this video so far, make sure to hit that like button below. What changes in your life when you finally make $1 million? So I remember the moment that I actually made that $1 million. I did go to my father around that time period. I went to him and I said, hey Dad, we made $1 million this year. He was like, oh, okay, Noah, nice. And it was actually really surprising. I thought there'd be a parade down Main Street, and guess what? There's no stickers, there's no celebration, there's no award ceremony. It's still just you and me and ourselves. So what's really more important about that is that figuring out what you really want in life and how much that actually costs and working backwards from that. I graduated college in 2004. Yes, that's old school. And now it is 2020. It took me many, many years, over 15, to finally make the $1 million in income a year. And the point that I really think you have to think about for yourself is that if you make $1 million or $500,000 or $50,000 a year, you could still live an amazing life either way. So what's critical about that is figure out what you, not Noah, what you want in life and how much that actually costs. Do you want one house? Do you want 2 houses? Do you want a Miata? Do you want 5 Miatas? Do you want 5 wives or 5 husbands? Then you could really think about, well, how much does that cost? How much do I want in my retirement? And that actually only may be a certain number. And so you don't have to focus on just making money. You can say, hey, I only need to make this much money a year. How do I just do that? Doing something I love. And that is way more important than saying, I need to make $1 million or 50,000 or 500 million. Think about the richest people on earth, the Gates and Zuckerberg, all the people we already know about. Why do they still work? I'm not gonna really even try to explain it. I just want you to think about that for yourself. Why are they still working, even if they're so rich? I wanna highlight a few things I really want you to take away from watching this video. Is number one, yes, Noah has some money, but who cares? This whole video is about you and how you can help yourself in creating the life that you want. Secondly, making money takes time. It took me over 10 years to finally make the $1 million, and I hope you can beat my ass and make it a lot quicker. Number 3, invest everything you have into what's working to help you get the lifestyle you want. So this is important if you do want to be making $1 million or more a year, is that I took all of the knowledge, all of the relationships, and all of the money I was making for years and putting it into AppSumo and the current businesses that we're in to finally end up making money 7 years later from when I actually started the business. So make sure that you are investing today and you can enjoy your fruits tomorrow. It's cheesy, but it's true. And lastly, your business and career should work for you. You spend 8 hours, the majority of your life, doing it, not the other way around. Find something that you're excited to spend the rest of your life on. If you like this video, make sure you check out this video about how I actually spend the money I make, or see how I started a business in 24 hours if that's something you're interested in. I love you, and I'll see you out there.